I actually quite like Evan Bouchard, especially when he is paired with Matthias Ekholm, a relatively responsible defender, but he was rightfully absolutely torn apart after last night's game against the Islanders when there's been a lot of talk about whether he should be on Team Canada's Olympic roster. The first goal of the game was clearly on him and was egregious. The puck is flipped up to the red line. To be fair, it's not like there's immediately a clear breakout. There's a ton of bodies in the middle of the ice, but he obviously overhandles the puck. Matt Barzal comes, steals it, and beats Stuart Skinner easily on the breakaway, 1-0 Isles. But that wouldn't be it. On the power play, Evan Bouchard is found completely out of position. Bo Horvat grabs the short-handed pass, goes in again all alone, and evens the game 2-2. Ray Ferraro in this game was very critical of Bouchard, as he should be. He basically called this completely unacceptable, pretty much as bad a 2 periods as you could have for a defenseman. And the Islanders would go on to get the game-winning goal on the power play with 5 minutes left in the third. Now, you obviously can't put all of this on Bouchard, but he was almost solely responsible for those 2 goals, completely out of position or mishandling the puck. That is on him. This was a frustrating game for Oilers fans too. A lot of conversation I've seen around McDavid choosing not to shoot when basically wide open in the slot. It's frustrating. Troy Stecher was just not ready for that one. But it's been all Bouchard, and people have been extremely hard on him. Scotty Upshaw, obviously former NHL player, said the following on Twitter: "It's unacceptable. This isn't the Bouchard show. Makar, Hughes, and Doughty don't do this. I think of Carlson sometimes when I see this, but he actually played like a forward, so you let him go. These mistakes are bad habits that cost games. Makes you think his give-a-shit meter is empty." And Bouchard is a frustrating player because, yes, he does have that offensive upside. I see it as more in his shot, really, than anything else. But he is prone to so many mistakes which just leave you scratching your head. I think last year in that series versus LA, where he just threw a biscuit to no one and Deneau scored, just an easy one there. That being said, I don't agree with everyone who says Bouchard is awful or even that he's a bad deal at $10 million. People point out his advanced stats are great. I think generally he passes the eye test. He does, however, seem to have these uniquely bad defensive breakdowns. Would I put him on Team Canada? No, and I think Elliot Friedman had a really good point a few nights ago, maybe last week on Hockey Night in Canada, where he said Canada can find the offensive defenseman with purely better players like Makar. I don't think there's anything wrong with Edmonton having him as a first pair defenseman, but we can't pretend there's no issues there. Hopefully we don't see another play like this anytime soon.